Welcome back to Crossroads. I'm your host, Judy Davis. Today's topic is women and teen girls at a crossroads. During this segment, we're going to concentrate on teen girls. There's many teens are facing very adult issues. One out of every 5 babies born in Rochester is born to a teenage mother, and that's twice the national average. Yet the YWCA is here to help and believes that with support and encouragement that teens also can create a bright future. So we're happy to have with us again today Jean Carroll of the YWCA. Welcome back again.
Thank you.
Could you share with us more about your school-age parents program? If there is a teen watching right now, how would she get involved in your program?
Well, our school-age parents program serves about 200 girls a year through our locations in city schools. We have counselors that are on site at 8 different city high schools. So often the girls really hear about our staff by word of mouth. But if they don't hear by word of mouth, they can certainly call us at the YWCA at our main number, 546-5820, and we can get them in touch with whoever the counselor is at the school that they're at if they don't know how to reach out to them within their own school. So, our program is focused on keeping these girls in school, keeping them focused on their future. You know, a baby, it can be a wonderful thing in your life, and it doesn't have to mean that the rest of your life goes away. I mean, as much as babies can be all-encompassing, these young women, they're still teenagers. They're not stopped. They're not grown up yet. They have the desires of a teenager, but they have more responsibility now. And so we work with them to deal with that responsibility, to get the kind of support that they need, and to really stay focused, not just for themselves, but for their babies and their babies' future. You know, one of the things that is so true is that the child's ability to learn and to grow and develop all the way from infancy to when they start school is so dependent on the mother's education. You know, the more educated that you are as a mom, the more educated your child is going to be. And the statistics bear that out left and right. So trying to just keep that focus and not get too distracted by other things in life.
Okay. Well, I did notice that you do go beyond helping the mother. I believe you have a literacy initiative that helps the children reach some kind of readiness. Could you talk more about that?
Yes. We have a program called Books, Mommy and Me. And it is a program that encourages our girls to read to their babies. And so there's we have book giveaways for the moms, beautiful books that they can start out on and, keep their kids, focused and keep themselves focused as well. So it's a lovely little program, and we get the books donated, and sometimes they're brand new books, and sometimes they're, gently used, but
That's great.
yeah.
Now, you also have a program that tries to open doors to higher education and to the workforce. Could you tell more about that?
We do. We've just actually started a wonderful mentoring program for some of the teen moms, and we've connected the girls with adult women who are mentors, some of them not so much older than the girls, but adults nonetheless, and helping them to think about what they're going to do after high school. So post-secondary education. And these mentors are going to be helping the girls get through to graduation, but then also help them with those really challenging times of applying to college.
Oh,
How do you
okay.
apply? How do you fill
Mhm.
these forms out? You know, it
Mhm.
just, it overwhelms your average person, you
Yes.
know? So these are people who've been through it before themselves
Mhm.
and are, you know, paying it forward, is that what you call,
Oh, yeah.
or
Mhm.
paying back? And
Mhm.
so they're helping the young women to make that transition from high school into college.
Okay.
And so, or the other options that we have also is to help the young women if they decide they're not ready to go to college right away,
Mhm.
help them with looking at vocational training or work.
Okay.
So we do have connections regarding that as well.
Okay. Well, I'm sure after hearing all of the work that the Y does, our viewing audience must be someone who'd like to volunteer or be a part. Could you
Yes.
share some ways that the audience could be a part and help?
Yeah, there are so many, many ways in which you can help. And you know, when I think of the variety of things that we have volunteers doing, it's just amazing. I mean, everything from, like I said, the Books Mommy and Me thing, but you know, in our housing, in our emergency housing, people need a roof over their head. They also need food. And so we have people who volunteer who come in to cook dinner
Oh.
for the women and the children who
Mhm.
are in our emergency housing. One of the other things that I mentioned earlier is building that spirit, and being in a nice environment helps you to
Mhm.
build that spirit. So we've had volunteers come in and redecorate one of the rooms.
Oh.
You know how you go to a hotel and you know some of them are very stark,
Mhm.
but if you're in a place that has really nice pictures on the wall and curtains and
Mhm.
pretty bedspreads, you know, it doesn't have to be all new things,
Mhm.
but it has that personal touch. It makes you feel like you're home.
Okay.
So there's lots and lots of ways. Special occasions are great too.
Mhm.
You know, one thing that we try to do for Valentine's Day is to have a day when we can learn to love ourselves. And we usually try to have an event for the women,
Oh, that's nice.
and talk about what we can do to really take care of ourselves and to love ourselves, and to not to always, you know, not to look for someone else to do it. That loving
Mhm.
yourself comes first.
Oh, okay. Wow. Well, thank you. Thank you for just all the information. Thank you for coming and sharing with
Yeah,
us today.
you're very welcome.
Um, could you share again your information, your phone number, website, and address?
Okay. The phone number is 546-5820.
Okay.
Um,
Your address?
our address is 175 North Clinton Avenue.
Okay. And your website address?
www.ywcarochester, all one word, .org.
Okay. All right, great. Thank you very much again for coming.
You're very welcome. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. You've been watching Crossroads. Crossroads is here to provide you with information when you need it most. So the next time you're at a crossroads, tune in to Crossroads.
I was so hell-bent.